Good morning. How you guys doing? It's Mike back with the thought of the day, November 4th, 2024. First, I want to give honor and praise to Ahaya, Bashem Yeshaya, or Owakadash, Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit in Hebrew. Then I'd like to open with the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. May your will, not mine, be done. Today I want to talk about putting away childish things. Putting away childish things. Um, this was definitely this subject was definitely a transition for me because it took me a while to finally grow up and into manhood. You know what I'm saying? I remember watching a video of Chuck D from Public Enemy, and he talked about how hip hop was designed to keep the African American man to act like a teenager until he was 44. 45, I meant 45. And that definitely was right in my case. You know what I'm saying? I had to grow up and understand that I had to develop mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And me lacking in those situations had me trapped because I still had an immature mentality when it came to those three areas. You know what I'm saying? I knew how to handle business. I knew how to make sure that I could provide for whoever I was with. I knew how to be there physically, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Because mentally, I still put myself first before the person I was with, before the people around me. It was all about me. You know what I'm saying? And now I don't live like that no more. I wake up in the morning and I pray and I ask God to point me in the direction of people I can help. No, I'm not perfect at it, but I got a whole lot better at making sure I'm there to help the needs of others without expecting anything in return. Because before, a lot of my help had motives with it, but now there's no motives. I generally want to help people and do the things that God has put me on this earth to do. You know what I'm saying? The next one was spiritually. You know what I'm saying? I lack the spiritual connection with God. That's why anytime I went through different situations, I ran to worldly vices. I ran to alcohol. I ran to sex with women besides my wife or my girlfriend. I ran I had fun gambling, but I wasn't really addicted to gambling, but I just used to do it to pass time so I could drink even more. I wanted to escape how I was feeling because anytime I dealt with any kind of situation that made me uncomfortable, I ran because I didn't have God in my life. I didn't have that connection with God. You know what I'm saying? And now I had that connection. So when I face with uncomfortable situations, I know what to do. I just let those feelings pass through, and I know eventually they're gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? And I know to go to Him. I know to fast. I know to pray. I know to do those things. But it took me a while to get to this point. Like my sponsor used to say, now you're making big boy moves. You know what I'm saying? That's a big boy subject right there because it's the things that hit the gut. You know what I'm saying? And this is not me trying to say that I'm better than. This is me trying to reach out because there's a brother out there that's in his 30s that's struggling with this right now. And if he hear this, he knows that now he now has found out that it's a way out. I didn't have nobody telling me this before. I didn't know it was a way out. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm trying to tell you, brother, it's a way out. You don't got to keep running to that different stuff when you're feeling uncomfortable, when you're going through different things. You know what I'm saying? And the last one was emotionally. I didn't know how to deal with my emotions. Anytime I dealt with any kind of emotion, I ran. I didn't want to feel good or bad. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to handle love and affection. That made me run. Anger, pain, rejection, fear, anxiety, all of those things made me run. And I didn't understand that it was just a feeling that was going to go through my body. It was going to process and it was going to come out. And later on that day or tomorrow, I wasn't going to have that feeling no more. I wanted to cut that feeling off by using substances or fornication or adultery or things of that nature. I wanted to cut those feelings off and escape because I didn't want to deal with those feelings. And now I'm able to handle those feelings. I'm able to understand that this feeling is not going to last forever. No matter how I'm feeling right now, it's still not going to last forever. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to get better. You know what I'm saying? This thing that I'm going through is not going to last forever. And I'm not afraid to seek counsel. I have a therapist right now. I have my deacon in my church. He giving me good counsel. And my wife helps me with a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And this has changed me into a better man. I'm proud to say that I'm totally faithful for the first relationship in my life. And I never thought that I would want to do that because I was so immature, man. And I hadn't seen it. I hadn't seen men that were faithful that only had one woman. I never had experienced that before. I didn't even know that they existed, probably except for my grandfather. Other than that, I didn't have a relationship with a man that was like that. You know what I'm saying? And probably my dad, but our relationship wasn't like that. I saw my grandfather more than my dad for several years. You get what I'm saying? But and it's not my work, it's through the Holy Spirit, because like I said, I never thought that I would want to be like that. Nevertheless, go out there and actually try to live this life. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this is not me bragging or anything. I'm just talking about what the Most High did for me, and I'm trying to give some juice to some brothers out there that's struggling with this, because I know there's brothers out there struggling with wanting to do right, but the flesh is so strong. Wanting to do right, but that selfishness kicks in and it's taking you the other way, and then you mad at yourself the next day because you really wanted to do right. You really wanted to be that guy that you dreamed about, that husband, that father that you dreamed about. You really wanted to be him, but that stress is I mean that lust and the flesh just takes over. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna read 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. I finally was able to make that transition around 44, and which is most people laugh and say, man, you should have been did that. But it wasn't God. God had my time a different time than other people's time. But I'm glad that He allowed me to get to this point, to being able to make these kind of decisions, being able to deal with my feelings and my emotions, being able to put other people first, and being able to go to Him instead of running to vices. Because those vices are brought in by the adversary, and those vices are here to destroy you. And they were on their way to destroying me. This brother Mike. Enjoy the rest of your day. Shalom.